the things we're discussing contentiously now, you know, they make for rough conversations, but they make for a lot rougher streets if you don't talk them out. And you have to do that in a spirit of ignorance. You know, like I was hoping to come here today and listen, I talk a lot. There's my flaw, you know, but I don't know how to feel the right way forward. I think part of it is, well, first of all, to find commonalities. We believe in the fundamental necessity of a uniting book across the Jewish, Christian, and Muslim faiths. That's not nothing. Okay. Like, that's a strange thing to insist upon, and yet we all seem to agree. We believe in a higher and purposeful unity, the necessity of that, and then also in the necessity of putting that above all else. And we also agree that we're not very good at that. But that's the hardest one to get, is that even if you do claim in some sense to worship the highest in this monotheistic sense, that doesn't mean you're very good at it. And that's a hard pill to swallow, especially when you're trying to also be a courageous knight of your faith, let's say. It's hard to be properly humble in the face of the divine, but that might be in some sense the proper command. I mean, the fact that Islam means submission is a reflection of that in some sense, right? Just remember who's God here and who isn't. And that's a very hard thing to keep in mind. So when I listen to you, you disagreeable character, I'm trying to separate out the wheat from the chaff, you know, because there's no doubt I have many things to learn, as I learned to some degree.
Honestly, I appreciate this part of, like, you know, I learned from your humility, honestly, the way that you come across. And once again, I do appreciate both of you coming here, you know, and I appreciate disagreeability as well. Like what you've said there is good. I deserve the accountability just like he does. I don't want to be a person who, you know, can't dish it out, who dishes it out but can't get it himself. I deserve it. What I wanted to say is this to both of you. I want to do a thought experiment, yeah? And so imagine you're going to sleep. I don't know where you guys are staying now, what hotel you're staying. You're watching my videos, you know, me with the masks and stuff like that before you go to sleep, subscribe on the channel, whatever you do, yeah? And now you're, after you've, you know, put the dislike and done your negative comments, which I deleted already and put it in the trash, which is what you do as well with tweets, and, you know, we can talk about that later. But after that's all happened and you've gone to sleep, you both go to sleep now, right? You wake up and you find yourselves on a ship. On a ship, yeah? And people are eating food, people are drinking, people are this and that, and so things happening. Now, what would be the first questions that you would ask the people around you? Would you ask things like, how did I get here? Where are we going? Are these...
Yeah. Those seem like the first two good... Those are good questions to ask in general. Where are we? Go. How did we get here?
And this is
where are we going?
Beautiful. That's what I wanted to actually get to, because this is what Heidegger, you know, Martin Heidegger, he's a controversial figure in his own right. Okay, but he described this as the thrownness of life. Yeah. Because we're chucked into life. We're thrown into life, right? So the fact now that we're in this world, these questions that we would be asking if we were on a ship and we're just chucked on a ship are the same very questions, like you said, you know, that we would be asking if we're in this world. Where did we come from? Where are we going? I think if we can't get these two questions right, nihilism will persist. You're a nihilistic expert. You've spoken a lot about nihilism. I think if we can't get those...
He's a counter-nihilistic expert.
I'm not a nihilist. If you want, ask what I think my purpose, the purpose is to be united with God. That would be my
beautiful.
answer.
Yeah, beautiful. Okay, so from the Islamic perspective, it's this, right? First of all, ask these three questions. Where did I come from? Where am I going? And what am I doing here? What is the purpose of life? What is it? And the answer is, we came from a creator, okay? So we can approach this in whatever argument you like. I'm doing a PhD in contingency argument. You can do it anything you want. You can do it, for example, through the fact that the universe is regular and stable and uniform and possesses life. What's the best explanation for that? Is it knowledge or not knowledge? So we would say it's knowledge, right? Or as we say, it's a creative capacity of some sort. We came from this creative capacity. We came from this knowledge force, right? So that's the first thing we say. We came from this force, this higher power. Where are we going? We're going back to the higher power, right? And we're going back to the higher power with our deeds, which we have to be responsible for, which is exactly, it's a hallmark of what you stand for. And that's, I believe, genuinely, that's why you're asking why are so many people listening to you. Because we reject original sin, with all due respect. Original sin says that one man, gave us a sin, the other man took it away. Basically, I mean, we're fallen creatures, and then Jesus, you got to believe in sola fide. You believe in whatever you know about Christian.
I'm Orthodox, so I don't believe that.
Oh,
either.
fair enough. Okay, fine.
I don't believe in original sin the way you described it.
Oh,
but that's fine.
But fine. No worries. Eastern Orthodox, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. But the issue is that this...
I didn't say I believed in it either. I just said that the concept of original sin is an expression of this problem that we're describing, which is that we're all burdened with something approximating, well, the thrownness and this ambivalent relationship we have with the atrocity of history. And that's worse, because if you study the atrocity of history with any degree of seriousness, you have to take account of the fact that people like you did it. And you might think, well, I wouldn't do it. It's like, yeah.
No, I get you.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
For sure. I mean, you know, you were talking about the kind of, you were talking about the suffering. And obviously one of the major sufferings is the Holocaust. I was reading the book, The Meaning for Life, Viktor Frankl, I'm sure you're aware of it, where he then produced logotherapy and all these kind of things. And it goes back to what Nietzsche said. You know, if you have a why, almost any how is possible. You know?
Bearable.
Yeah, if you have a why, almost any how is possible. So it goes back to, everything goes back to purpose. Logotherapy. Yeah, just, if you have a purpose, then everything is possible. That's why I think that you can do the best as a human species, yeah, in the human condition, if your purpose is transcendental. It's higher than the physical, the material. And for us, the purpose is mentioned in chapter 51, verse 19 of the Quran, which is, وَمَا خَلَقْتُ الْجِنَّ وَالْإِنسَ إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُونَ. We have not created human beings and jinn except for that they may worship me. What is worship? It's the epitome, the higher point of submission. It's the epitome of love as well.
Hijab just cooked on that one. I'm not gonna lie. If that's what Muslims really believe, they are actually right on that one. And that is the truth. But Christians also believe in that regard. And Jordan Peterson, he may not be the best person to be delving into conversations with other religions as a representative for Christianity as a whole, because he still has some things that he has to wrestle with. He still leans too far on interpreting the Bible into his intellectual concepts to make the Bible understandable to him from a human perspective, which is very dangerous. But I will speak for Christianity in this video and say, we believe that all humanity was created for the sole purpose of worshiping the Creator. The issue is that is subjective to what the individual or organization classifies as worship. Now, there is some nuance to this, because worship obviously isn't just singing a song, lifting your hands, bowing down, or praying. Worship is done through our life, and a life that we live by doing everything to the glory of God. Living your life in such a way that it shows that you have a reverence for God as sovereign and the authoritative figure over your life, and that you have made a choice to honor Him in all of your matters of life. That you're going to do this as a father, as a sibling. You're going to do this as a friend, as a husband, that this is how you're going to conduct yourself in business or in the workplace, that you're going to do it in creativity with all of your heart, with all of your mind and all of your soul, that you're going to worship God. Thank you for watching this video. I appreciate you greatly. I know that your time is valuable, and my hope is that this video added some type of value to your life. And if it did, help us to grow. Help us to add value to even more people's lives by choosing to like this video and partnering with us by becoming a subscriber, and also sharing this video with somebody else that you think it can help. I would also love to hear your opinion of this video in the comment section. And if you have a little bit more time on your hands, I recommend you watch this next video that YouTube is recommending for you to watch. I believe that it will also add some value to your life. And until the next time, remember, We all have a mind, but there's no better mind than the mind of God.